Let's understand the next pattern. As you can see, I draw it here. So in first row, I have 1 star. Second row, I have 2 star. In third row, I have 3 star. In fourth row, I have 4 star. Okay. Before starting this pattern, no, let me tell you one more thing. I already told you how we can create this pattern, no? Over here. The same pattern, you can understand it one more way. Okay, the programming is exactly same. I'm just telling you another way only. Okay, so you can apply the same way to create this kind of pattern also. Okay, so here you can see, you can understand. As you can see, if I'm creating this whole pattern, this is the pattern actually. Okay, you can see a grid over here, some kind of row and column, no? So here you can see in first row we have 4 star, in second row also we have 4 star, in third row also we have 4 star. So you can apply here, we can understand it as a row and column grid also. So here a first row, second row, third row. In first row I have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay, so let's create this whole pattern. The programming is exactly same. Let's understand it in one more way. First of all, if you want to get a pattern, try to understand how many rows are there. So here we have 1, 2, 3 number of rows. So A is equal to 1. Create a grid for that. A is equal to 1 while the value of A is smaller than or equal to 3. Okay, grid is ready. Now, in every row, I have 4 number of columns. So B is equal to 1 while the value of B is smaller than or equal to 4. The grid is ready. Okay. What you want to do? I want to print the star. Print the star. You want the same line? Yes. So end is equal to same line. I don't want to go to the next line. So 1, 2, 3, 4 time you want to repeat when the B value of B, the value of B goes from 1 to 4. So just increment it by 1. Okay. Now after completing this whole row, you want to go in the next line. No. So for this whole while loop, I want to go in the next line. So that whole print. That's it. Okay. Now, here you can see for the column also you need to increment the value by 1 in each of the column. Okay, sorry. This is for the column and this is for the row. So in each, after every column, now you need to go in the next row. So 1, 2, 3. So A is equal to A plus 1. Okay. So this is also a way to create this whole pattern. First of all, for the row, and this one is for the column. As you can see, the pattern is exactly same. Okay, the programming is exactly same. I'm just using the variable differently. Here I'm using A, here I'm using B, but there is no use of, like, you can use any variable name here. No need to worry about that. Okay, now, same way I'm going to create this whole pattern like this also. I have this pattern. So every time if you are going to start, create a pattern, try to understand how many rows are there. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows are there. So A is equal to 1, or you can write it like this also. I'm initializing my row with 1. Any variable name you can take, it's totally up to you. Okay, just to understand, just to remind you, or just to uh, show you how it actually works, I'm using a row and column variable name for now. Row is equal to 1 up to 4, no? So while the value of row is smaller than or is equal to 4 or smaller than 5 also you can use, it's totally up to you. Now, here you can see, here how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. But the problem is, in first row we have only 1 column. In second row we have only 2 column. That means it's dynamic. Okay. So suppose if I'm using here row and here I'm using column. Okay. So let me define here. When the value of row is here, the column is 1, 2, 3, 4. So when the value of row is 1, in which position the column is 1? Okay. When in second row, 2 stars at 1 position and 2 position. At third row, we have 1, 2, 3 position star. And fourth row, we have 1, 2, 3. We have all position stars are there. Okay. So what condition we need to apply? First of all, initialize the column value with 1. So column is equal to 1 while Now, which condition we can apply here? So 1 is equal to 1. You can understand this is what actually you need to think about it. Okay, this is what the logic looks like. Okay, here you need to apply the logic. 2 is equal to 2, but 1 is smaller than 2. No, okay. Same way, 3 is equal to 3, but 1 and 2 is smaller than 3. Same way, 4 is equal to 4, but 1, 2, 3 is more than 4. So I want to print every time star when the value of row is greater than or is equal to column. Then only I want to print the star. Otherwise, I don't want to print the star. Okay. If the condition is true, I want to print the star. In the same line, I want to move. Okay. For the incrementation, I'm using here column plus is equal to 1. For the next line, I'm using here print and then increment the value of row here. That's it. Okay, let me show you how it actually works for the dry run code. But before that, let me write all these things in my coding path. Let's comment it. Okay, let's see. This is what I want to create. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's see. So row is equal to 1, initializing my row with 1. You can initialize with 0 also. In this case, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So while the value of row is smaller than or is equal to 4. Now for the column. Column I'm initializing with 1. Now, while we already discussed what will be the condition when the value of row is greater than or is equal to the value of column. Okay, then only I want to print the star. We'll see the dry run code as well. But first of all, let me just run this code. Okay, so column plus is equal to 1. Print for the next line actually. And then row. Okay, let's see whether it is working or not. So yes, it is working. Now let's understand the dry run code. Okay, let's see. So first of all, row is equal to 1. While the value of row is smaller than or is equal to 4, yes, true. If true, execute whatever inside it. Okay, so call is equal to 1. While the value of row is greater than or is equal to the value of column, 1 is greater than, no, not greater than, but yes, it is equal to 1. So true. If true, execute whatever is inside it. So print star, okay? Cursor will be in same line. Column increment by 1, which becomes 2. Okay. Again, this while loop. Row is again 1. Greater than or is equal to 2. No, this time it is false. If false, it goes outside the block. It got a print. That means cursor is in next line. The value of row increment by 1, which becomes 2 now. Okay. Again, row is smaller than or is equal to 4. True. If true, again the value of column becomes 1. Okay, now check the condition row. The current value of row is 2 now. 2 is greater than or is equal to the value of column. True. If true, execute whatever inside it, which is print star. Cursor is in same line. Column, increment the value of column by 1. Again, row is greater than or is equal to column. True. If true, print star. Cursor is in same line. Column increment by 1. Again, 2 is greater than or is equal to 3. This time it is false. If false, it goes outside the block. Print cursor is the next line, row increment by 1, and so on. So this is how actually it works. Okay. I hope this part is clear to everyone. How actually you can create the pattern like this. Okay. Now, if this part is clear, let's understand one more pattern. But what I want, try to create this pattern by yourself. Okay. Try to create this pattern by yourself. Okay. If you're having any doubt, okay, you can just let me know. Okay, you can just in the same video you got a discussion board, no? So in the same video you can just type your question in which video you are having doubt, no? In the same video you have a kind of discussion, no? So just type your question there. Okay, whenever I got time, okay, I'll just revert you back. Okay, or you can just do it like this. Okay, so please try to do it by yourself by using Python while do. Okay, everyone, thank you.